Hello, I'm Mal Walden, and I'm thrilled to be working with Rotary Melbourne on this very important issue of family violence. As a television newsreader with more than 50 years' experience, I was personally horrified with the regular and increasing stories of family violence. I didn't believe I could do anything to make a difference. But we can all play a role in affecting change, and change is something we can all contribute to. The toll that family violence has on our community is immense, and it continues to be ever-present and generational. The only way to reduce and stop family violence is through education and information, and to change the way we think about violence. There needs to be a shift from the blame game to prevention. It's up to us to challenge the entrenched beliefs and behaviours that drive family abuse. We need to create new norms where men and women, boys and girls, enjoy respectful relationships. We need to provide the healthy model of respectful relationships so our children will not continue the epidemic of family abuse. We must not support attitudes and behaviours that disrespect women and have low support for gender equality. It is everyone's responsibility to be part of the solution.
You know, you said we need some time away together.
Yeah.
How about Easter long weekend?
We're at Dad's for Easter.
Yeah, but for something different.
Ben, do your homework before you switch that on.
Oh, it's only a couple of minutes till dinner.
What did I say? Turn it off! I don't care whether it's 5 minutes or 50. No games until homework is done.
Okay, that's fine. Ben, put it away, we're eating soon.
What? Is this glass?
I broke a glass earlier before I left. I thought I cleaned it all up.
Cleaned it up. Are you stupid or something? Did a bloody good job of that, didn't you? What if I was barefoot? I would have sliced my foot right open.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you've got time for holidays, but no time to clean the bloody fire!
Hi, I'm Professor Catherine Lumby from Macquarie University. I also work as a gender advisor to the National Rugby League. While most people associate family with physical violence, it is much broader than that. Abuse can include physical abuse, sexual violence, financial abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, and behaviour by a person that causes a child to hear, see, or witness abuse or a violent act. While both men and women can be perpetrators or victims of family violence, the most common form of family violence is intimate partner violence by men against women.
The abuse that morning, I've never been degraded so much, and he did it all in front of the boys. If he had a knife, he would have killed me. I have no doubt about that. And I just remember driving off the mountain just bawling. Just talking to my friend whenever I could, but I was to the point where I just couldn't even talk because I was just bawling so hard. It was just like my whole world.
So how do we correct the situation, change the bias, and work toward a society clear of abuse and violence against women and families? One way you can help to prevent violence from occurring in the first place is by doing something when you see disrespect shown towards women.
He's creepy. Nah, he's alright. You can tell she's uncomfortable. It's not a crime to look at someone. You know it's not right. Do something.
Sexism and disrespect towards women are not okay and can lead to a culture where violence against women is more prevalent and acceptable. We can all make a significant difference by choosing to call out these behaviours and attitudes when we witness them and when it's safe to do so. While this may seem like a daunting task, it's an important one. With the right information and actions on how to call it out, it can be done.
Ah, look who it is. It's Deb. Should change that to Deb shit. Cook? You? That's dangerous. I'm not going to give you more. I gave you enough money this week to get the... Hey. I've told you, you don't speak when I'm speaking. Seriously, do you like, practice being this stupid?
Come on, Jono, do you think that's funny? Because that's not funny, mate.
It's a joke, mate.
It's not a joke, man.
You go for presents, you go for free then. That's the best prize of all.
The damage caused by doing nothing can be worse. As long as you're not putting yourself or someone else in a dangerous or risky situation, if you feel like you should say something, you probably should.
Hey, babe.
Hey, how can I help you?
You are a gorgeous little thing, aren't you?
I just want to say sorry about my friend. He's, could we just get some more garlic bread? That'd be wonderful, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hope everyone's still hungry.
My name is Tammy Lobato. What I now do is I'm a business owner and I own a wig and hair loss centre in 2 locations. I lived with domestic violence for many, many years and as a female member in the Victorian Parliament, because I was one of 40% women in the actual government at that time, we were able to affect a lot of change in the domestic violence space. I lived with the dysfunctional and violent behaviour of my former partner for many years and endured all types of controlling and intimidating abuse. Each day I woke, I was unsure as to the mood of the man I slept next to. That would determine how that day would end up. My former partner became responsible for how productive, how happy and how peaceful my days were, depending on how abusive he was. As a new mother, he told me to get off my ass and go out and earn an income. As I drove him to work and to his social activities after losing his licence, he criticised my driving to the point that my confidence in driving was affected. As I cooked his dinner, he told me how hopeless I was. As I went back to education, he told me how stupid I was. As I went shopping or to school, family or friends, upon return, he demanded I tell him who I had been having sex with. If my lipstick had worn off, he asked me who I had been kissing. As I worked in my high-profile role, he stalked me relentlessly. Much of this behaviour was not witnessed by others, but the constant put-downs were always there for everyone to see and hear. Often people, including myself, would just laugh. Many people worry that they will be interfering or don't want to get involved as they consider domestic violence to be a private matter. Your support can make a difference.
One of the most confronting incidents that I've had to deal with was of a mother of 3 children that was being domestically and physically abused. Not only was the physical injuries to her face, you know, there was bleeding, there were fractures, there was bruising. Old injuries as well, which were present. So the feelings knowing that this had been going on for quite some time and she was unable to get out of that cycle, but also the effects that it was having on the children being involved in this environment. So that was one of the most challenging things for me.
She began to tell us that she was trapped and that she wasn't able to leave the house. She had no keys. She had been locked in her own home. Once we were able to get into the house and give her the opportunity to share her story, we just realised the depth of the anxiety and fear and mental state of where this person was at, which affected her physiologically. She was bent over, you could see she was worn out, she was tired. We knew we had to do something, we knew we had to act. We couldn't walk away from there without doing something.
What can you do if you're experiencing domestic violence or if you suspect someone you know is? The first step is to recognise signs of abuse. These signs vary but could include someone who appears afraid of or anxious to please their partner, is criticised or humiliated in public, is controlled in terms of money, what friends or family members they can see, talks about their partner's jealousy, bad temper or possessiveness. It's important that you talk to them and listen without judging. It's important not to blame the victim for what happened or is happening to them. Talking to the victim may actually confirm for them that the treatment they are receiving is not right. They could develop a stronger commitment to seeking help. If you, a child or another person is in immediate danger, call 000. If you or someone you know is impacted by sexual assault or family violence, call 1800-RESPECT on 1800 737 732 or visit www.1800respect.org.au.
My parents don't understand. All the drinking and fighting means I'm scared. I'd like a cuddle, perhaps a bedtime story, but mostly I'd like them to stop shouting at me, and sometimes they hit me. Feeling scared every day and not feeling loved or wanted will change me for the rest of my life. Later, I'll have problems with school, problems with alcohol, and I'll get in trouble with the police. What's happening to me right now means I'm more likely to have serious health problems in middle age and die sooner than I should.
I'm Joe Tucci, CEO of the Australian Childhood Foundation. I've been working in the field of child abuse for 30 years, and my particular interest is to make sure that children who experience violence in their lives are protected and that they're safe. Research has consistently found that children of all ages who've been exposed to family violence have been found to have more problems than children who have not. They have higher levels of emotional and behavioural problems and are at greater risk of physical abuse or having their physical and emotional needs neglected. When family violence is combined with other problems such as drug and alcohol abuse and mental health concerns, children are at even greater risk. Apart from the emotional, physical, social and behavioural damage abuse creates for children, statistics show that domestic violence can also become a learned behaviour. This means that children can grow up thinking it's okay to use violence to get what they want, and as adults, it's okay to have violence in their relationships. Violence becomes generational and cyclical, and it's very hard to break. If you know a friend or have a family member who is a victim of or at risk of family violence and they have children, you should tell them that you're concerned about the effect the violence or abuse has on them and the children. Reporting child abuse is a community-wide responsibility. Failure to disclose child abuse is a criminal offence and must be reported to the police. To discuss concerns about child abuse, contact your local police or contact a child protection agency established to assist in this area.
Come on then. What happened?
Got detention, just for flicking up a girl's skirt.
What? That's it.
Doesn't she know that's just boys being boys?
Yeah, I mean, I've already accepted that as I grow up, I'll probably be harassed and even abused.
Sorry. That's not what I meant.